Plus, he's got great legs.
Got great
Hard to find a man
legs.
who doesn't skimp on lower body exercises.
Hello guys, and welcome back to some more The Outer Worlds. Oh yeah, I was supposed to go to the engine room because Sam asked, or
This is my
Ada asked me
favorite
to.
room. It's so spacious.
It is very spacious. Engineering.
Vicar and his sermons. You ever think about the plan, Sam? Of course you don't. You. Hey, where'd you get this page of scripture from? Come to see Sam? Oh, sweetie, ya? Here, I was just leaving.
I need to tell you to bring Sam to the
Sometimes I wonder
thingy.
about Mr. Hawthorne. What was he like? Why'd he make the computer a talkie? You think he got lonely, flying about on his own?
No, I need to talk to you.
Levels are fully charged.
Yay! Sam is. No, no. What? Ada, I don't have the dialogue prompt to ask him to come to the bridge. So I can't ask that. That's just sad. Ooh, I still can't go to these areas. I'm guessing I can go there in the future, but dang. Stellar Bay landing pad. Give me that area.
We're now in orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain.
Stellar Bay. It's funny. The only issue I have with this game is that I don't feel like a captain. I don't feel like I'm commandeering a ship at all. I think that's the main issue I have with this being like a kind of like a space game. I would love to feel like I'm actually a captain. If anything, I feel like Ada is the captain. She got all the power. And she kind of makes all the flight decisions too, except for where we're going. Oh, you scared me for a second there. Like, when I was walking here, if you could move, Pavati, all I saw was like that. I was like, what? He has like a space peepee or something? Then I walked closer, so I had the scythe. Oh my goodness. It scared me a little bit.
I wonder sometimes what they're doing on other colonies.
Uh-huh.
I think they're watching.
Let me just enter. Thank you very much.
Did I get another advance, Mr. Nandi?
Just make sure it's properly logged.
I'll note it next to the others, sir.
Alright. I like your pink hair.
Greetings, and welcome to
Pink
Monarch
grayish
Stellar
hair.
Industries, producers and purveyors of the finest salt tuna in Halcyon. What can I do for you today?
What was that exchange about? You having money trouble?
Or is he not paying you on account of how he tried to fix the thing his own self and busted it even worse, and then said you wasn't fixing it fast enough, so he's docking your wages again?
What now?
Not that I got any prior experience with such.
Not at all. Mr. Nandi treats us all right and pays us well. I just spent most of my paycheck on Raptidon acid.
Do you normally blow your money on Raptidon parts?
Laws, no. Sometimes it's canid teeth, or mantis worm wings. Whatever Sebastian has in stock, really.
Why are you buying so much from Sebastian? Sebastian, yes, I'm just gonna say that.
So I can talk to him, of course. He doesn't get going about much else.
I reckon she's got a little bit of a squish on this fella.
A squish.
He's sort of the strong, silent type. Unfortunately, my apartment's kind of filling up with his stuff. And some of the neighbors are complaining about the smell.
Alright, maybe I can talk to him for you.
Would you? I'd appreciate that so much. Maybe don't tell him I wanted you to ask. Just that you met this really nice lady named Celia, and she seemed... Oh, Mr. Nandi's doing that thing where he breathes through his nose real slowly. I'd better get back to work.
Wait, I'm curious. What do you see in Sebastian?
He doesn't talk much, but he's got this quiet intensity, you know? Like there's stuff going on inside his head that you have no idea about. Plus, he's got great legs.
Got great
Hard to find a man
legs.
who doesn't skimp on lower body exercises.
Okay, you really want to be with someone you can't talk to?
You think that's what I'm looking for? You're funny.
I mean, there are other fish in the sea, Celia.
Not in Stellar Bay. Everyone else who isn't taken either smells like salt tuna or they're my boss.
I don't want to date your boss, right?
Besides, a man with a good smile and a proportionate upper to lower body ratio isn't something to pass up.
So, what? In other words, if he has legs, you like him? Okay, that's all I need to know.
Sorry, sometimes I get carried away.
I'll talk to you later. Okay, well, Sandhya, Nandi, I've actually heard a lot about you, so how about we talk now?
Well, new business turns up at last. Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics-based advertising model would be a hit?
That you did, sir.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 32% cost savings not moisten the loins?
You're
Often
weird,
posed
dude.
these very questions.
You're very weird, dude.
Clear my schedule. This newcomer has a meeting with me.
That's very generous of you.
Celia, will you make a note of that for my self-review? Very generous.
Oh my god.
Noted.
But not so generous I can't drive a good bargain. Now, who sent you? Rizzo's, perhaps? Or Auntie Cleo herself?
You know, I'm just charting my own path, going where the wind takes me.
What a charming notion. One doesn't meet many free spirits in Halcyon. Not outside Tartarus prison, anyway. Forgive me, I'd be positively enraptured. Only, I take it this means you aren't here for Saltuna.
Hey, it could always be both.
Now, there's no need to humor me. I'm used to this particular letdown.
Seems like you're having a rough time, Mr. Sanjar. Are you doing quite all right?
Oh, don't worry on my account. This is merely the latest in a long line of professional erotic and athletic disappointments. I had hoped that livening up our
Erotic?
advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but it seems we're back to the drawing board.
What exactly are you hoping to accomplish?
Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now. Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such arrangements are precarious.
And you're tired of scrounging and scraping by, is that it?
Yes, freedom is a tempting ideal, but a rather costly paramour.
Exactly. Intellectualism fuels the train to mankind's future, but the tracks the train runs on are forged from practicality.
Mr. Vicar, I don't want to be rude, but I don't think that means anything.
Yes, it's as though the good vicar has plucked the very words from my brain.
Alright then, so what do you mean to do about it?
Well, Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
But will that help the people here, Mr. Sanjar? Keep them fed and safe?
That's precisely what I'm trying to do.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
Well, this lady knows what's going on.
It's true, our Celia is an alarmingly competent middle manager. At any other company, she'd be wasted in data entry. The plan she refers to is a two-pronged approach, and the first part involves seeing Stellar Bay properly defended.
Fine, but how do you mean to do that?
With a Bolt 52 cartridge, of course. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the most productive and secure cities in Halcyon.
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
Alright, this sure sounds useful. What is it?
Why, one of the strongest defenses in Halcyon. An extremely powerful ordnance.
Ordnance or ordnance? Well, I can't get this option, so where do I find one?
In the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of Stellar Bay before we had to move our walls in, These days it's overrun with marauders and raptidons.
Okay, then I guess I'll go get you your Bolt 52.
Do be careful. I've lost more than a few people to marauders and raptidons out there. Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information. Perhaps you could delete it so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
It depends on the information in it. Before I go into ask us about something,
What can I do for you?
I'm looking for an information broker.
Hiram? Why, he's probably still out at Devil's Peak. Not that he's had the courtesy to notify me, at any rate.
And how do I get to Devil's Peak?
You'd head south along the road and look for a mountain to the west. Not that I'd advise it. It's a terribly dangerous trek. But if you insist on going, I'd recommend taking a local guide. Nyoka would be a prime candidate.
If you can keep her sober.
Oh, that's great. I have questions about MSI and the good old days.
Then it's good that I keep such meticulous notes.
How did MSI get kicked off the board in the first place?
I've asked myself the same thing many times, especially seeing as the legal mechanisms we employed were part of the board's own bylaws.
Do you mean that you initiated your own removal from the board?
Not intentionally, though that's technically true. For many years, this planet was home to as many corporations as Terra 2. But back then, it was known as Terra 1.
And what happened to the other corporations?
As you may have noticed, this planet has more than its share of hazards. And as the other corporations began to tally their losses, they decided to pull out.
But not MSI, right?
Our leadership at the time certainly wanted to.
And how did that work out?
Most regard Monarch as a lost cause. But there were others of us who saw an opportunity. The chance to improve working hours and conditions, to reform MSI from the ground up.
Well, how forward-thinking of you.
It's humane, but it's also good business sense. Exhausted, sick, and malnourished workers are not productive workers. Even a cursory review of the data bears that out.
It's finally
Well,
someone
the truth is,
sensible.
Whether it was good business or not, Mr. Sanjar. That's what being a community means. Treating people right, because it's the right thing to do.
But provided no one's
Miss
doing that,
Holcomb is our
it's
endlessly
not how people
optimistic
work.
crew hand. It's good for the captain's morale.
A noble thought, Miss Holcomb. Unfortunately, noble thoughts rarely sway board policy.
Indeed.
Anyway, we learned of a loophole in the corporate bylaws that would allow MSI to claim ownership of the entire planet once the other corporations pulled out, creating the perfect environment for us to enact these new reforms.
And I take it your leadership didn't embrace your ideas?
No, they laughed in our faces and insisted we'd be relocating to Terra 2, along with everyone else.
Yet here you are.
Yes, some of us stayed behind, and as the most senior executive remaining, I ended up in charge of what was left of MSI. I moved forward with our planned reforms, as well as our strategy to assume ownership of the planet. Yet not long after I renamed it Monarch, the other corporations dislodged us from the board and began an official campaign to paint us as lawless savages.
I mean, that's very low even for them.
I don't think I realized how far they'd stoop. Everything we did was legal and above board. We followed their rules, and yet they still found reasons to declare us outlaws. I do think there's something useful in a governing body like the board. Something that keeps us from anarchy, but I dearly wish it functioned differently.
Me too, buddy, me too. And why exactly do you want to go back to the board?
Why wouldn't anyone? They own nearly all the resources and infrastructure in Halcyon.
Without the board, chaos would overtake the system. Working within the established order isn't a principle to snub one's nose at, Captain.
To be on the board is to be part of the colonial community, and being cut off means slow strangulation.
They've treated you pretty roughly. Is it worth going back to that?
I'm not a man to put pride before progress.
You better.
If membership on the board can ease our hardships and provide us with opportunities, then that's the path I mean to pursue.
But it's just gonna be the same thing all over
Besides,
again.
I'm hopeful that additional leverage on our part will allow us a more equitable relationship.
Leverage.
Don't get ahead of yourself, sir.
Yes, yes, it'll be easier to explain once we have the Bolt 52. My hope is to maintain the reforms we've managed here, and who knows? Perhaps once we're restored, we could spread them to other corporations.
I mean, that is pretty good, at least a little bit good. What's the hazard clause?
It's a legal provision that gives the board the authority to cordon off any planet or location that it deems dangerous.
But wait, what happens to the folks stuck on the wrong side of dangerous?
I'm afraid the welfare of a few hundred people is too minor a figure into the board's risk assessments.
And they have invoked it on Monarch.
Yes, making all of MSI criminals in the board's eyes. Rather hard to run a business that way.
Want to talk about something
What
else?
can I do for you?
I met Grim, the landing pad guard.
I see. And was his delivery of the MSI authorized greeting up to snuff?
Did a bang up job.
Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his review. What else can I do for you?
Nothing really. I gotta go. My goodness. That's just very awful.
Have you talked to Sebastian yet? What did he say?
I haven't spoken to him yet, no. Grim asked me to check with you about his tossball poster.
You know, sending you is the first bright idea I've seen from that man, because I told him to stop bothering me about it a week ago. I still don't know anything about it, but if you want to help him, Velma's the one to ask. She's in the warehouse. But I'll warn you, Grim wore her patience thin a long time ago.
Okay, well thanks, I'll do that then.
Step lively, Ms. Holcomb.
I'm not winded. Honest. My, boot was untied.
Your boot
We'd
was
hate for you
untied.
to get left behind, or architect forbid, become lost.
Let's still obey. Well, well, well. Let's see what this is. Abigail Edwards, who are you?
Hello, dearie. Why, I don't believe I've seen you before. And with sweet cheeks like those, I'd remember. What can Auntie Abigail do for you?
These people are so creepy. Are you in charge of handing out medicine?
Yes, indeed. Someone's got to keep Stellar Bay's people healthy and energized.
You certainly seem excited about your job.
Oh, but I am. I get to see plenty of my neighbors here, and I do dearly love a little gossip.
Alright, nothing for now though, thanks. Why did all the old ladies in this game just seem creepy? Employee login, create new account. Error. I can't create a new account.
Keep him quiet, Captain.
Don't worry, it's fine. I am keeping quiet. I am professional stealing stuff person. Okay, now time to ask about the thingy.
Smells like wrapped in here. Oh, it does work. I bought some musk from Sebastian to cover up.
Really? Bennett, huh? I'm gonna talk to Nyoka. You.
And the little bastard's slippery, right? On account of its blood, so it's sliding all over the place, trying to crawl away. Getting so I can't tell the blood from the mud.
I really don't like her. Excuse me?
Don't interrupt, it's rude.
You're
But
drunk.
I gotta get in there, get right in that baby wrapped stomach and dig it out. If so much as a drop of stomach acid got on that medallion, shit, I don't know what I'd do. Might be I'd hunt every damn wrapped out there. Right. What are you staring? Wait. You ain't from around here. Who are you?
I don't like you. I'm Ben Bro. Are you always this drunk?
If you think this is drunk, I gotta, you need to get out more. Sit. Partake. Buy me a drink and let's chat.
Nope. I'll stay and chat, but you look like you've had enough.
Another in a long line of damn fools trying to cut me off. I'll buy my own poison then. What are you doing in Stellar Bay, stranger?
Vacation. I told you can help me find an information broker.
Well. Let's get down to brass nuts then, shall we? Wait, that ain't it. Brass rats? Let's talk business. I'm headed back out there after I sober up. You want a guide sooner than that? You have to get me something to clear my head.
God, sure, what do you need?
Outstanding! Our dispensary here maintains a stock of, well, I don't rightly know what they are. Steroid or caffeine somethings? Pills. They're very good. I'm cut off for the month on account of needing one just about every damn day. But I'm sure you've got your wily ways. Fetch me one and we'll be all set.
You mean caffeinoid? The stuff's just a stimulant.
Well, they work. We got a deal or what?
Alright, I'll be back. That's awful. I hate that. Can't believe I have to take care of her now too. Can you help me out, lady?
Hello again, dearie. What can I get you?
Some pills for some drunk lady that I need. I have been asked to pick up caffeinoid supplement.
And what a helpful young man you are. Nothing like a little pill to liven up the spirits. Who's your lucky friend, dearie?
I'm guessing that if I say it's for her, I can't convince her, but if it's for me, then it's for me. Actually, the pills are for me.
I'm so sorry, but with the iconoclasts and the marauder filth chasing away what little trade we get, I'm afraid I have to reserve my supply for Stellar Bay residents.
God damn it.
Our reserves have gotten so low, I've even had to start locking the supply room upstairs. Isn't it a shame what some people will do to get a little extra?
You can't trust people these days, huh?
Except for you. I can tell. You've got one of those faces. I'd make an exception for you if I could, my little cherub. Is there anyone else needing a special pickup from Auntie Abigail?
Nyoka, yes.
Oh, her.
Yeah, I was expecting
It's none
that.
of my business, but I have told her Dr. Williams would bump up her monthly allotment if only she'd join MSI. Contribute like the rest of us. Now I've gone and said too much. And you know me, dearie. I don't like to pry.
There must be some way I can increase her allotment.
I'm afraid not. Dr. Williams managed the town's allotments from his terminal upstairs. Even I can't access them.
I thought you were in charge around here, Auntie. You sure ought to be.
Oh, you flatter an old woman. Me, I'm just here to be a pretty face for the customers. And to keep an extra key to the supply room for all the times Dr. Williams misplaced his.
Remind me, what supply room?
The one upstairs, where we store our medicines.
And where can I find Dr. Williams?
In the town graveyard, I'm afraid. Poor man was always searching for the flower of enlightenment. On the way, he tried some rather daring substance combinations.
And where's the graveyard?
The graveyard's near the southern ruins. You're certainly welcome to pay our respects, but the bodies tend to attract beasties.
Oh,
Do be
great.
careful. I'd hate for anything to happen to you, dearie.
I guess I have to figure this out on my own then.
Chin up, dearie.
I'm gonna steal it from him. He said it was upstairs, but where upstairs? In here? I need the key. So I can't even log my way inside. God damn it, Nyoka, I don't like you, and now you make me do errands for you that are so unnecessary.
You're back. Good news? Bad news?
Bad news.
All of the above?
Oh, just bad. Never mind, apparently. Okay. God damn it. Help her with a hangover. Can't believe I have to help her with a hangover. Something she caused herself. Ask Sebastian on a date. Where is he at now? He's over here. Alright, Sebastian, I'm supposed to ask you on a date. No, not me. Not me. I'm not asking for a date. It's the other lady.
You look like a man who's looking for some mostly fresh animal parts?
That's not true. Let's talk about Celia.
Huh. I haven't seen her in a few days, but I've been meaning to ask her how that Raptidon acid is working out. I hope it's working okay, because no one else really seems interested in this stuff.
Would you consider going on a date with her?
Wait, I see what's going on. She put you up to this so she could get a discount, hmm?
Seriously? You think she would?
No, that's not it at all. She's smitten with you. You smited her. Smote? Smoot?
Don't get me wrong. I'd like to give her a discount. She's a real fine lady. Always talks nice and slow, so I understand. But if I give her one, I won't hardly make a bit, on account of no one else having any use for Raptidon tongues.
She doesn't have a use for it either. Don't take my word for it. Spend some time with her. I promise she won't ask for a discount.
You sound pretty sure. And she is awful nice.
Give her a chance. Give yourself a chance. Take her someplace nice.
Okay, I'll do it. Once her shift ends, we'll go someplace nice. Maybe to Chef Raymond's.
That's the spirit, Sebastian. Be yourself. Between you and me, Captain, I'm not sure Miss Celia knows him too well, but we can hope, right? I want them to be happy.
Let's just see how it goes. If they don't like each other, don't like each other. You're not any better, by the way. Just saying. You're just as bad.
Have you talked to Sebastian yet? What did he say?
He said sure. Yes, he said he'll go on a date with you.
Okay, but how did he say it? Did he sound excited? Or like he was just agreeing to it? Was he like, yay, a date with Celia? I've secretly been waiting for this. Or was it more, sure, I don't have anything else going on?
He likes you, just don't ask him for any... Yeah, he likes you, just don't ask him for any discounts.
Not to worry. If I never buy another Raptidon tongue, it'll be too soon. Ah, look at me going on. I'm sure you've got other things to do, and Mr. Nandi's giving me that back-to-work look. Anyhow, thank you.
Is he one of those people that pretends that their boss is like waving them back to work? He just stands there with some paper in his hand, reading, concentrating, and she's like, "Oh yeah, see his face right now? I gotta get back to work, otherwise he's gonna get angry just because he doesn't want to talk to me." And we also are gonna talk to you, Velma.
I'd give you a friendlier welcome, but I'm up to my elbows in salt tuna guts.
Yeah, I kind of figure.
She sold girls in a rough way. Even old Bess in Edgewater was in better shape than this.
Hey, you want to try running a cannery with obsolete machinery? You be my guest.
Sorry, ma'am. I wasn't trying to be rude. It's just your flanging apparatus isn't making a strong flange, so your sealer isn't sealing right, and...
Oh, I see what you're saying. Huh. I'll have to try that. Anyway, what do you folks need?
I'm here to talk about Grim's poster.
This again? I swear, this is the last time I contract for any special requests. You can tell Grim his poster came in. You can also tell him I got a better offer for it. So now it's going to Nell. That about cover it?
What? Who's Nell?
She runs the betting parlor across the way. Nice professional lady. She asked me about the poster once. Just once. Made a real generous offer, too.
But he was the one who ordered it first, so it's about the money.
Damn right it is.
Just giving his poster away? Didn't he pay for it?
No. I paid Sublight for it. so it's mine. And when Nell pays me for it, it'll be hers. Grimm may have asked for the poster, but it's not his until I take his money.
That is such a douche move. That would be the same as if I tell a friend that I want to buy the newest model, like of the thingy, and then I make him aware of it, and then the friend is like, "I'll just buy it instead." Or the friend tells a friend, and that friend's like, "Yeah, but I want it, and I'll give you money for it. I'll give you more money for it." You still have the poster, right?
It's staying locked up in my office until Nell shows with her money.
Surely we can work something out here.
Sure can. If you want to pay me more than Nell's offering.
Sure, you know, I can do that. Work with me. I'm helping you find Braxton, aren't I?
Sure. And once you finish helping me, then we can talk about the poster.
So you're just gonna keep it in there until I come back? Okay, sure.
Fine by me.
What if it take like a year to do that? But sure, you do you, lady. But this is also where I end the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, click that like button. If you want to see more from me, search for 8000, click that subscribe button. And I hope to see you in the next one. And as always, stay awesome.